Okay. Today's meeting is actually on. It's an open mic, and what we say is life experience. Then, now, and next. Yeah. So, so it's for us all, yeah, to share our experiences that we know that can be useful to others here. And thank God we have people that have been Rotary, take sabbatical and still come back, kind of. And people, yes, we've started.
Let me start with my latest.
Okay, maybe I should say some things to guide what to say. Okay, like something like childhood and learning, yeah, challenges we have faced, milestones. Then about now, that's about past. About now, growth and adaptation, work and passion. Yeah, then the mindset, then the future. That's next, goals, then vision and commitment. Maybe any other thing that we want to do or that we plan for. Yeah. All right, the floor is open.
All right, no problem. Let's say childhood. Mm, I don't have much when I was growing up. I was born to a very highly disciplined family. Highly disciplined Islamic family. Free, a freedom disciplined family. Sometimes I used to go around the house, my father, come, very educated person. Because I can not see a married, my mother was not educated. You know that they don't want to marry wife for them. Go to my
You
grandfather.
can't see fine woman.
No, they married for them.
My grandfather very popular, very popular. Just laugh. You don't do as in Satan you do. I'm not supposed to. Let us go. So when I grew up, I see there were so many very enlightened people. My father became very enlightened. They will leave the baby and my father house, my grandpa collect never house, my father house. Who doesn't stay with them? They will go there to house and tell me if this man died, they will give it to you. They will give you with all of us that we just take out myself out of it. We live on our own. I'm a sports guy, because I've not gone. I have to retain myself. I retrain myself. But I know when I entered the school. You really know when I was about to pass out. So from there, I have experience going after the military goal, then going to the other military establishment, that DIA. Me, I have a record. I've been the first set of time DIA trained by the students. Yeah, then when I want to go back to school, I have to have my education, I have to be sworn out to God. Left after 1 year. Join NPC. That was first and last. I just apply, I realized that. Anyway, I didn't write it. They did it for me because I was making embassy in Kenya. When I asked for the call that I was going to do interview in NPC. I came back to Nigeria on that day. Then I was growing up. I was going to so many departments. When NBCT was open, I was among the first set of people in NBCT. I went to so many about 17 states. One thing I was supposed to pardon, I have to do it. I was of JCI, because about where when I was doing my master. So my experience this then in the Rotary, I found out that once a president leaves, he won't come out to kick off. At least I witnessed about 4 or 5 presidents. One day I have to challenge all of them. Come, doesn't mean that I want to add it to your CV. You don't come in. You know me, I don't know how to talk. I just say it through that. You know, this one popular school in Ibadan, very popular school along Ring Road. We call it that. Very popular school along Ring Road. Remember the Rotary. They have to tell you. the very popular school. If I mean I call it that two very popular, but very big and not really very class.
Apata.
No, about
Ringo.
opposite, just beside the high court. The school very popular. People, remember, we normally use our is hotel for meetings. That's where I joined. And that's people when you are no more meeting, no more again. So I said, I'm not doing. I don't have time. Me, I don't lie. I don't have time to. I will come doing my normal thing. Was invited on my first road trip and traveling to New Orleans. So it's not too now with 9 or 10. Go to New Orleans. Second one is in Canada. They give my no go. Give this like no go. So put that. So during no, fine, yeah, it's true. When you go somewhere and they saw your this thing, they people respect you and one of the things. When I was doing last week, I was going to Lagos, the new Gigi, the same day. I don't even know. I was so tired. Very early in the morning. I'm already first flight. That's why they cannot cancel. The one here.
They don't cancel it.
So I was just there. No, I'm returning after years. This is good for that. We like when Lagos State DG that time. See, the look at the I give a number. This is the Japanese. They are doing a lot of Japanese. Yeah. So the life general is possibly is good. They enlarge you, make you meet people. You have relationship, in social life. But there's some negative part of the road to use financial ability. That's what I say. This sometimes we have to find a way of. Not everybody has this. Most of the time, if I've been a very big actor, I won't be coming. Because I found that those people who find this sport, despite the fact of that commitment, and they still find a way of. The commitments of people in this club. Today, I want to go to the house, let's go back to my house. There's one super pizza on my face. I want to go and get my fire. I don't need time. If you really have if I look to the head, it will be lesser. And some people are so commitment coming to here. Let me just join them to share that. Because as we actually like that, some people want to show come. Maybe 2 or 3 times, 2 or 2 people here come. The ability for make me feel at least nothing is beyond one. If you no matter it's not how many we are, it's how good and how quality. This club show me quality, not quantity. That's one of the things I can.
Okay. Thank you for that. Want to follow, sir?
Yeah. From what you said, I think that we are from the same generation. I was born in 2023.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And then I have retired and achieved academy. He's the founding member of the club of government. One of the club we always call Rebel Club. Then we all of us are still on that district now. My childhood full of extraordinary life of a military son. I discovered that for those of all that I have done with, especially the past, my parents did not constitute military because of what is
Right.
I was so stubborn. I applied for MBA to my father to sign. He said no. I know he has a senior brother that he cannot say no to. That was the person that enlisted to the entire of us. I took my form to him and said, what happened? Three that you sign. He said it doesn't want bring it. And signed it. I went for the exam, I passed. Never came out. And that's the lesson I think from that little thing was that if your parents don't want to do for
Yeah.
glory of God, I have my own personal business called Enterprise Growing Institute, which has been existing for the past 10 years. I try to use the school to develop contractors. Then they don't like the law. All the contractors with the law don't like it. Whenever they come for all this candidates, let's use the vocational way to empower it. Because then we don't forgive the way we adults with parents in our own part, the way we treat, I don't want to say minor so that they know they are selfish. The way we treat all those characters we want them to slave just because
To be
we
back.
support them. Whenever they have their program and I attend as a guest lecturer, what I used to tell them, I will give you skill, but I will not give you money. I became president, another lesson of life. You should look down on people ourselves. When we formed Rotary Club of Ilorin Metro, Dr. Kamboy, I know for all veterans that are here, we know the woman. She was the last district of District 18AUG25. Was our mama. I was the last person she inducted when she was in the Club of Ilorin. They call us rebellion. I never see it as a rebel activities. But in Rotary, some clubs see themselves as father, that you must do what they want because you are the family club. I know you can say too, but I don't want to go to that because we know ourselves. I was not financially sound, but I had leadership. Rotational system is not new in Nigeria. It started in Rotary. Anybody that comes to a Rotary camp will be a president. You do 12 months calendar. You must finish all your projects. A friend of mine that was the pioneer president, charter president, when we did our, okay, who is the next president? Is Fish. My nickname there was Fish. Before he became the other man. He said, "But you are my close friend, you never tell me that you want to be president." I said, "I don't need to go fast." Telling you as my close friend, as the person that encouraged me to join Rotary, will make me to be your subject, to be under your tutelage. I don't want, because I know that he's richer than me. We started the club. So to answer your question, why president finished their tenure and go on sabbatical? The inner caucus in every club. You see this fellowship after fellowship is a lot of it. People that don't know are the people that will be criticizing you during your own death. You come to be the president with good intention, but there are some people there, weak shape, toxic elements that are looking for the negativity of the president. When it gets to the 60 months of tenure, I started praying, this year end like tomorrow. Because as determined as I was, all the projects that the past president started, I was able to finish it. How I got it done, they don't know. And you said this guy don't have money, and I swear, I never use my money. Just because of my relationship with people. Within my club, they planned a contractor to come and fight me. As we finished fellowship at Kwara Hotel, then I was in house. You see like someone was done. Okay, you did work for you, did pay us. You know, then it is not how you are initiating that gave you club. It is the club and the project. Fortunately, they didn't know that it was my project director that organized such. But to cut the long short, nobody works from. If you are not in the caucus of who is who, that person will forgive them. If you you are not a yes sir or yes man person in Rotary Club. I'm talking of my own. They will never see anything good. And when God has identified that they don't want me, Yoruba added used to say, "One fair, or
Damn.
that." I don't know true. Daily I added over.
Take
I
off.
took it. They fought a lot of things to invite me back. I insisted. But by then I discovered that new generation leaders in Rotary bastardized the body. I told that boy the last time I saw her because we are both in the door again. I said, Mama, this is not Rotary to us. I pray my coming to this place today may change my mind. I love what you said. Where there is big men in the club, we always want to dominate, take the shadow of people that may not have the financial capability, but they have the strength of moving club further, helping the members. Because charity begins at home. Sorry, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
Charity begins at home. You want to do a project. When you have a project sitting inside you, it is when you sort out the project seated inside you that you may have money to do project outside.
Sure.
The project comes.
Thank you very
Amen.
much.
Thank you for that. All right. Oh, okay.
My name is Tony Aimo, the Centennial President of Rotary Club of the South, and I was the district officer yes, the chairperson of the Rotary for 3 years, which is as long as you can serve in any district position. I beg to differ from
The
The
two,
two of them.
two giants by your side.
Okay, and you are in between.
because I had all the support in the world. Well, I don't know, maybe it was peculiar to my club, but then I didn't have to spend my money, just like you said. All I needed was, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you contribute the money? So I don't know, I really don't know. In fact, the past president that left, that had gone before I became president, I reached out to them. They all came back during my year. Unfortunately, they left after my year, but they were there for me throughout. And I think I served the Rotary in every aspect, as in from vocational to health service to this, before I became the vice president. There's an unwritten rule in my club. Once you become the vice president, you automatically the next thing coming, and then but you have to be a club service, then club service director before you become
Vice President.
so you would have spent time, you would have learned a lot. Not just coming in and then you're this or that, And then, let me see, funnily enough, I was the youngest person in my club when I became the president. And you see all these old men, quoted, their companies quoted the stock exchange and everything. But once I'm talking, they all keep quiet. As a female, the first thing is you don't compromise yourself. Once you don't do that, they respect you. And then, what I had fun. It was when Rotary was 100 years old. So it was celebrate Rotary, and we were gallivanting the whole place, having projects here and there. Even had a matching grant that I couldn't finish, that I left for the person coming after me. So I think Rotary is good. I'm not a politician, so I don't know much about
Politicking.
Politics inside.
Yeah. um, as at that time, I was a management trainer. I've been an entrepreneur forever. So I don't know how to hide under people. Just talk. I talk and then I take my stand and I fight if I have to for whatever I needed. So I enjoyed Rotary and then I was the chairperson women in Rotary. So I had to stay for 3 years. You know, me leaving my club is because I relocated to Abuja. I even kept on for a couple of years after I got there. But you know, the distance and all that stuff. And so journeying outside of
Trying to settle down and all that. Trying to settle down and all that.
yeah, just trying to find my feet in a new place and this and that. So Rotary is good. I can tell you that.
Thank you.
Rotary is
Right.
good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay,
I don't
taking
know.
next. But I think maybe because we have experienced people in Rotary, they tailor the experiences towards Rotary. But we want to make it general.
Yeah, that's
So that we can learn from it.
Yeah, that's what I want
from
to
experience
digress
of,
from.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to move it away from that tree. But then I'll still come back within the Rotary axis. Today, I learned 2 new words. And the 2 have to do with Rotary. I always thought that IPP means immediate past president. And PP means past president. But somebody gave me a different name today. Said immediate past problem and past problem. So I was the past problem, and this is my immediate past problem.
Yeah, she's not giving you a problem. Or maybe yet.
No, wait. But then I told the person, I said, no, I wasn't a past problem, I was past prospect. And my IPP is immediate past prospect. And the person said, yes, I agree with you. Because I knew your club was hanging in the balance and you people did not kill the club. So your case is different in your club. Now, that's another lesson in life. The lesson for me in this is that in my village there's a proverb. They said if you say your friend is not going to be a king, then you never be the friend of a king. Now, wherever you find yourself in life, don't be a bystander. Don't be too forward either. There is sense in conservatism. There's a sense in being in the middle and being very proactive while still in the middle. Now, as a young man, my biggest aspiration in life is to be a military man. Anything outside wearing khaki is not feasible for me. But then, unfortunately for me, my parents identified my shortcomings early. They knew that I'm a non-conformist. So I know that there's no way I can survive a military life. So everything was done to frustrate my going, including, patriarchal threats. Because my father called my mother down and said, Rcjabi, who is the owner of this child? Those days when your father asked your mother, who is the owner of this child? The issue is about his paternity. That is,
And there's no DNA test then.
There's no DNA test. I was like, okay, fine. If I'm the father, I want to exert my authority now. But if he has another father, you can take him out. And when he said, who is the owner of this child? I said, Alhaji, which kind of question is this? He said, I want to know that you are the father. I said, good. Now this is my order. Whether I'm alive or dead, if this boy goes into the army, I disown him. And my mother said, so it is with me. And I looked at her.
Case closed.
I thought I was her best, her best joy. And this is a woman now denying me in the presence of her husband. I said, wow. So I left home for about 2 weeks. I ran into the wild. I came back after hunger pushed me to the brain. I mean, repeating one clothes for like 2 weeks, you can imagine. But then, for one thing in life, each time I remember that singular position of my parents, I keep praying for them, for God using them to direct my footstep. Because this is it. When you have the kind of character and personality I have, you can't be in a place and be a passive onlooker. I react to issues, especially when they don't concern me. I take up people's plights when it's not my problem. When I was growing up, if you see me fighting with somebody, he did not offend me. He has done something to somebody. And I'll use my breakfast money to pay and buy trouble and say, leave this trouble, me I'm going to buy. Smallish, but troublesome. Now, this is it. I discovered that I am very good with technicalities, touching something and repairing them. So my parents were calling me engineer. People call me engineer. But then this is another side of me that takes over people's problem and fight it. Then out of the blue, I just decided, okay, since they didn't allow me to go into the army, of course, if I become a lawyer, I can still do this. Then I made up my mind. I went to a technical college, coincidentally, and I had to sit down and study for government, economics, literature, and English, just to add up to my grade and be able to study law. Now, then I went into law. Like I said, I'm a non-conformist. When I got to 100 level, I have not even done my matriculation. They said there's election in faculty of law. So, election, I'm going to contest. And I bought form. Guess what office I'm applying for? Secretary General Faculty of Law. And I was like, excuse me, those in 500 level and 400 and 300 level, is this guy crazy? Does he know what he's talking about? Justice Gumel in the Court of Appeal now was the club officer. And they took the matter to him. And he said, bring the constitution of the association. That said a year one cannot contest. And they looked at it, it's not there. They said, well, go and throw him down at the poll, but he has the right to contest. Ajo just left as the Registrar of Supreme Court. He was in 500 when I was in 100 level. So I went to her and said, Ajo, be my campaign director. And she was like, excuse me? Why should I be your campaign director? I said, I know you are very popular. I heard of your antecedents from the early start of the school, and I believe somebody like you can push me. She said, wow, okay. I'm your campaign director. So she got everybody in her class to support me. In my class, we were 57. I said, okay, classmates, if you don't support me, it's going to not be a shame on me. It's a shame on all of us.
You.
But for me not to be the only
Blackmail.
candidate that's going to suffer, I took them to 200 level. I said, look, you are our neighbor. These people will go and leave us. So be my... I had my classmates 200, 100, and 100 and 200 in support. So my two other contestants are in 300 and one is 400. So I didn't even bother to go to their class because I know they will divide their class. Now, to cut long story short, I became the Secretary General Faculty of Law. Now, in year one, you think that is enough trouble. The same year, they said Student Union Government election. I said, okay, I'm going to be the Secretary General of the Student Union. I've just done matriculation. I became the Secretary General of the Student Union Government at 100 level. Now, then the National Association of Nigerian Law Students are holding their election in Ilorin. So we had to go. And they said the National Vice President must come from the north. I was due. preferred candidates. 2 days convention, maybe my input, my noise, let's give it to this person. So in less than 2 years, I finished occupying all the prestigious position in my university. Now, this is it. You will think that will have been a stepping stone to a greater person in a greater society. But I got the bite of political shenanigan in Nigeria very early in life. And coincidentally, those who played those critical role in discouraging me politically eventually became Nigerian leaders, and they are performing very woefully. Now, you see, life experience tells you that sometimes in life, when we notice some things in some people, any society that killed the dreams of its dreamers will eventually find itself where we're finding ourselves today. Now, the same thing happens in gatherings, whether Rotary, whether Lion, whether Kegite, whether the moment there is this deliberate annihilation of dreams, that society, that organization, that family become, a sorry state like we find our country today. We have it in our household. You see a prospective child who's going to be, a possible tiebreaker or a successful person. Those who see that child as a threat, boom. Even onlookers who have nothing to gain from the possibility of you becoming a great person, cut short. Now, let's come to Rotary Club of Rcjabi. You see, one of the things we're able to do here, in spite of every other thing, is that we refuse to die. Now, because we refuse to die, and I told my IPP, I told my president that, look, don't let us strive for bogus number of membership. Small is great. Your number is not geometric number. Let your number be in your capacity to be heard loud and clear by the big ones. So, till this very moment, whatever Rotary Club district is doing, they see Rotary Club Jabi's presence there. And I think for me, that's all you need. It's not your number of, we have 300 members, we have 600 people, we have this, we have that. I learned another thing from you today, my brother Tajuddin. You said we have internal projects. Why are we struggling for external projects? Internal project does not mean, this person has financial problem. No. Internal project could be even the emotional problem of a member, the psychological well-being of a member, the professional, challenges of a member or capacity of a member. So if we invest in ourselves, we become greater people together, though individually. But then, the lesson here is, don't let anybody kill your dream. And don't let anybody be the decider of your dream. If your dream fails, it's yours. If it succeeds, it's yours. So, for me, I learned to be a low ranger, even in the midst of a nay. When there's plenty nay, and this is my own position, I'm not. The majority will have their way, but please don't deny me my minority status to have my say. And I think any society that will uphold that ethics is a potentially developing society where you don't allow people to air their grievances, no matter how unpalatable it is. You kill opinions, you kill dreams. And for me, when my parents killed the dream of becoming a soldier, I felt they killed my dream. But then I now still see that no, in fact, if this door closes, there are other doors. I could still achieve, because why do I want to go into the army? I see the society then being afraid, people do the right thing because of soldiers. You don't need to be, even if you are a madman, you see a soldier, you comport yourself. I'm not talking of the soldiers today. You understand me? The soldiers then, they don't carry koboko, they don't carry stick, all they carry is the uniform and the capacity to make you obey them. And at the pain of disobeying them, your body goes swell. So people respected them, and for me, that was a way of encouraging sanity in the society. So I thought if I become a soldier, I can get people to do the right thing. But then again, as a lawyer, I may not get people to do the right thing, but I can insist on doing the right thing. So for me, that is, you can see from my life experience vis-a-vis my person, and then Rotary as an institution, and the fact that whatever it is we are doing, just be who you are destined to be. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes.
You lost your name?
Oh, time.
Oh, time.
Okay.
So it's after I finish
Yeah,
talking that
but
you
it's,
realize time.
yeah. We are seeing many people today. I'm seeing Oga for the first time.
They
I
are,
only saw him in the group.
those are the ones that run and then come with their cap to the left.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone want to share experience again? We are talking about life experience, then, now, and next. Though our time is fast spent, but we can take. It's up. Any other person that wants to share this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for everyone that has shared their experience. One thing is that our past is gone, but it's still with us, in memory, and definitely it guides what happens in our
I want
future.
to actually